with their dental and oral health, their anxiety, and their dignity. That trust is sacred. The careers that soar are built on something simple, a reputation for always doing right by the patient. People won't remember you. People won't remember how much money you make. They will remember how you treated them. They will remember whether you listened, supported, and showed compassion. Care is what connects us, and care is what makes life rich. To reflect on the remarkable journey through a dental school and beyond. Let me repeat that. I didn't read it right. To reflect on the remarkable journey through the dental school and beyond, it's my privilege to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Mary Grace Rizzo Fryzel.
Thank you, Dean. Amen. Good evening, faculty, board members, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the Maurice Kornberg School of Dentistry, class of 2026. The last time I stood on this stage was 12 years ago. I was asked a few months ago to give the keynote address to all of you. I said yes before I truly digested the gravity of the task. What would I talk about? What have I actually accomplished? While the job of keynote speaker made me feel old, I am still very much your contemporaries. Still building, still grinding, and still trying to figure it all out. I decided to watch prodigious amounts of speeches. Every attempt at a speech subsequently sounded like a political rally or a donation appeal. I then turned to ChatGPT, and between us, it spit out incredible speeches. They were awesome. I did some soul searching and ultimately decided you all deserve my college try. After all, that's why we're all here. I said to myself, well, this is going to be an experience. And in that moment, I realized what I would talk to all of you about, the lessons I learned from my experiences. It was said to me once, an experience is a euphemism for an unplanned occurrence. In other words, when you live in the aftermath of your best laid out plans, not turning out the way that you intended them to. I can generalize and say that there are two main groups of graduates up here today, those that have figured it out and those who have no idea what is coming next. Here's my initial advice to the first group. Don't be surprised when it doesn't work out. And to the second, don't feel bad because you're actually in the same boat as everyone else. You will all undoubtedly have experiences shortly after crossing this stage and enter the world as newly minted clinicians. In full disclosure, I thought I had it all figured out at graduation. I was returning back home to Northeast Pennsylvania to work at a practice and eventually partner in an office I worked at since high school. Let me tell you how that all worked out. I had a 3-year front row seat to watch my mentors professionally unravel and lie to my face and attempt a DSO model with quotas and pyramids. It was made contractually clear to me that I would be a forever employee. I was subsequently fired from that practice on Good Friday of 2017 after refusing to sign that contract. Less than a month later, I bought a practice in quite possibly the worst city block in town and went on my own. To give some context to this predicament, my husband and I had just closed on our house. He still had 4 months left in his residency. I had $1,800 in my bank account, and those following months I lived experience after experience. For all the turmoil, there were watershed moments created by incredible individuals who changed the way I decided to interact with the world. For instance, a gentleman named Jerry Mahan, who was a marketing agent, reached out to me and told me he would help me. He designed a $600 marketing campaign for me that he easily lost thousands of dollars on, but he taught me how to emotionally connect with my patients and get comfortable being on a billboard and social media. Jerry, in many ways, branded me, not because he knew how to market, but he knew how to inspire and force me to see beyond my failures. A few years later, Jerry was unfortunately given a terminal diagnosis. He continued to show up for marketing meetings. He continued to invest his remaining life into me. On his deathbed, he told me the highlight of his career was not simply marketing me, but rather watching me grow. That ability to elevate others to a higher potential they couldn't fathom is the bedrock of leadership and a guiding principle in my professional and personal life. The next few years were scripted by what seemed to be a mashup of fairy tales, thriller movies, R-rated comedies, and stories with an unclear ending that only point to an obvious sequel. When my office was still in the ghetto, I Narcaned strangers in my parking lot, shooed pit bulls from my front door. There, on North Main Avenue in Scranton, I had experiences, but with each I learned. Ironically, my patients didn't care much about the location as they did the ease of travel and parking. So when a developer named John Basiliga asked me about building a state-of-the-art office in a vacated shopping mall that also happened to have countless covered parking spots, elevators, and escalators, I recognized the opportunity based on previous experiences. Today, that office has nearly 40,000 active patients and an overwhelming theme of ease of access. John also mentored me. What initially felt like shrewdness was really him sticking to a contract and forcing me to fully understand it. He taught me that there's nothing wrong with advocating for myself, and quite frankly, he demanded it. What I also learned is that you can be tough in business while simultaneously being deeply principled, and that he is. My practice took off. I added multiple dentists to my practice. I had a congregation of staff. My husband and I decided to start a family. I built a war chest of cash. Things were really going well until guess what? Another experience, the COVID pandemic. My thriving office immediately turned into fixed overhead of nearly $300 a month in wages, insurances, and loans, and a government mandate to virtually not see any patients. I committed myself to maintaining every one of my staff members as full-time employees. I didn't lay off one person. There was no way to invest in business, so I invested in people. My war chest of savings was depleted, but I was rich in relationships and emerged stronger, smarter, and you guessed it, with more experience. You see, what I learned in that period was to believe the best in people, talk to them, listen to them. Some of my young staff members that came to me with virtually no experience turned out to be the most incredible individuals that I have ever met, and are now my office managers, Alicia and Cassie. Personally, they're more like sisters I've never had, and Mary, my business manager, is a second mom. To be candid, they manage millions of dollars a month in revenues and would outpace and outwork the best Wharton grads. You see, if I didn't have the first experiences, such as getting fired or navigating the pandemic, I would have never had the transformative experiences that add so much texture to life. You may have expected me to come up here and talk about how to create work-life balance, build a practice, and become worldly successful. Here's my take on it. They're irrelevant and merely the byproduct of lived experiences. So here's the best advice I can give you. Unconditionally invest yourself in the lives of your patients and colleagues. If you haven't figured this out by now, very few people want to be in the dental chair. They're having their own experience in that moment. It will be up to you on how to decide how you respond to them. Often I think about how much the dental patient experiences are so similar to my own. As I mentioned, an unexpected emergency, unanticipated cost, delays, change in appearance. There are empathetic connections to the patient in the chair. Find them and use them. I never set out to build a diverse business portfolio and massive practice. My passion is people. My sincere belief is that I can care more about my patients and take better care of my staff than anyone else. So while you might be impressed by my practice overview and accolades, my goals are job creation and smile transformation. Your destiny will be determined by the decisions you make in the experiences that surround you. It has been said that you will make decisions based on two principles: how you were raised and the experiences you endure. Remember this as it relates to your professional life. You were raised here. Temple made, the best pedigree. It is up to you to chase the experience. My closing advice to all of you is this. First, chase the experiences and allow yourself to grow from them. Second, you will not just be a clinician, but also a colleague and likely someone's boss. Never wish for something you would not wish for yourself. Third, your character will be based on the average of your 5 closest contacts, so choose wisely in every arena, and stay close to your fellow Temple grads. Pick up the phone, attend alumni events, dance at each other's weddings, remind one another what it felt like sitting here today, and why you went to into this incredible profession. There will be a direct connection between your personal and professional lives, so guard yourselves. Guard your profession. Find purpose in your profession because, good or bad, you will bring it home with you. My greatest accomplishment is my 3 children, Adeline, Aloise, and Elliot. Ironically, my professional life became that much more important because I owe it to them to conduct myself in a way that inspires them. Fourth, when given the option, grab the heavy side. Take risk, be passionate, and swim against the current. Lastly, love deeply with your patients and your colleagues. Make yourself vulnerable, you will be better for it. Practice models and technology come and go, relationships remain. In closing, I am not being candid with you if I didn't tell all of you this. My faith defines my life, and therefore every decision and how I respond to my own experiences. It is the stronghold of my life and the panic room in any catastrophe. It is the stable platform for me to face any experience. Philippians 4:11 through 12 reads, I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in every and any situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living plenty or in want. And that secret for me is Christ. Congratulations to all of you. Welcome to the best profession in the world. And remember, pressure creates diamonds. You are Temple made.
I first met Dr. Mary Grace Rizzo in Scranton in 2009. She was still at the University of Scranton applying to dental school. So it's nice to see the growth and development and success that she has achieved. Next, I will invite Dr. Sherry Scalar as the keynote faculty speaker. Dr. Scalar.